What up, people? On a day, you know what it is? It's the Free Talk time. Yes, this is the Free Talk podcast, and we are welcoming you once again to yet another very scintillating, sizzling episode of this wonderful podcast. And you know who this is? My name is Kingsley Oba, aka Siwa, aka the richest. Shit, you know what it is. You know, we don't play. We don't play here. And I want to say that today is loaded. We're not going to be wasting too much time. Today is loaded, and we've not had a repeat guest before. I will say that the reason why we have this one is because it was a special demand, special request that we bring him back because so many things we talked about, we could not finish it and people wanted to hear more. But before we get to him, I want us to introduce, the latest queen in the house.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen her before. She was here one time as a guest, just to find our trouble. But we decided, you know what? This one with coconut head, we need her. Trust me. And she is indeed someone that you love to hear. Intelligent, smart, beautiful, entrepreneurial.
Oh, yeah.
Someone who knows one of those that know, just if, now very few of them, their head, they function well. I'm not, Gen Zs, I'm not looking for your trouble, but I'm just saying, but she knows what she's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can you help us welcome our new co-host, Lady D?
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm back.
Okay, let's not go
Please
there.
leave me alone.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for welcoming her because it's going to be hot. From now on,
I'm a changed person. Yeah.
With what you did to me when you were a guest on this show. Don't worry, we'll get there. But anyway, we have our guest here today, ladies and gentlemen. A man, I always say this, and I'm not mincing word when I say this because I mean it. He might not know, but I respect him and I dearly love him because he's a man of character and integrity and of great repute. And not just that, he's a man that said he would do something and he did it by the grace of God. I'm talking about the CEO of FinServe Pro, the chairman CEO of FinServe Pro Limited, LLC, not limited, LLC, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to tell you much more about himself. He's been here before. Please, can you join me and welcome an enigma, Mr. Ayomide Ibrahim. Thank you very much,
Thank you. CY the richest
yes,
for that interview. And I was just going to add something, for the queen of the house, that yes, she's a queen who knows our onions. Because she's a chef.
Oh, wow.
That was a good
Go and
one.
write that
Clock
too.
that tea.
What do you call it?
Clock
Clock
that
it,
tea.
clock it.
It's going to be hot today.
Clock it.
If you are in that environment and there's no woman there, run.
Okay. First of all, let me say once again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming, and thank you because we have a testimony, on this podcast. Because the last time, I think that was the last podcast. He was the last guest we had, and we sent for the word of prophecy about a situation I had, which he was helping me to handle, by way of his company, FinServe Pro, which is a financial and accounting services company. He's actually the one the company does my tax. And I had a very, very troubling challenge with the IRS.
Okay.
For 3 years, I've been battling that. And I was paying IRS $500 for 3 years. And I met him, and I met him at a point where I was totally lost. I was like, I don't know what to do. And he looked at it, he was like, you know what, we'll work on it. And I remember that day in your kitchen. He just looked at you, don't worry, we'll work on it. I said, this man don't understand what I didn't thought. And he suffer here. He didn't even go back. He just said, no worry, let's talk about it there.
I wanted you to enjoy your meal. Yeah.
Because I was like, at the time this man said, I get problem. And he just looked the thing. Oh, okay. I was working there. See which kind of human being. But ladies and gentlemen, fast forward 2025. We were here on the last podcast and we just talked about it, and I just said in Jesus' name, the next time we will come here. I just said it like a joke, and
truly.
Guess what? That week,
Tuesday,
he gave me a call. He was like, guess what? Guess what? I'm like, what? I was driving. He said, I hope you can drive well because I'm about to give you the testimony of your life. I was owing IRS about 30-something thousand there, about
34,000.
34,000. And guess the amount this man helped me, fight this thing and bring it down to 1,900.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep, 1,900.
Where's the change? You have to give me the
Brought
really
the
change.
he even took IRS to call. I beg, I said, I beg, don't carry IRS. I just become American.
Wow.
But I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you, CY.
And that's why we had to bring him back, because he's coming. That's a good segue into the topic of the day, which is where we want to talk about financial red flags in relationship part 2. Because a lot of people don't understand that these are things that major causes of breakups, divorces, and so many problems in relationships and homes. So, and he's an expert in this field. And he's not just an expert, he's a family man, So, yeah, that's what we're talking about today. We need to.
Yeah, so you can share some tips so that we as upcoming artists we can know how to navigate.
Why do you call yourself upcoming artist?
That's why we are here, to discuss finances in relationships.
Yes.
Not just marriages. As a partner, with someone. But I think the first and the second would focus more on marital. And then maybe we speak to the producer to see how we can discuss this in other forms, of relationships.
Yeah.
But I have a quick question, going into the topic. Do you think, if you're dating, do you think you should, let's say you're dating this person for like maybe 3 years and maybe they're a prospect. You're looking at it and like, oh, probably there's something here. Do you think you should start sharing accounts?
No way. There's no reason for you to share certain things, such as bank accounts, when you've not reached a certain milestone in that relationship.
Like, do you mean bank account information, or do you mean like a joint account?
Okay, joint account. And even like letting the person know how much you.
I mean, letting your boyfriend or your girlfriend know how much you earn. It's not a bad idea.
Even before marriage?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Remember, on our last podcast, I said something like expectations, right? If you don't give certain information, the person you are in that relationship cannot make what we call informed decision.
Yeah.
Informed asking, informed expectations. Because the thing is, first, I don't believe in that in relationships where even when you are dating, just the man should be the one to give. Your lady, your girlfriend should sometimes, help. Maybe you have something you're working on and you need some kind of funding, right? If she has the money, she can help.
So now, because the reason why I'm asking is, let's say someone say something. I know you have something you want to.
No. I wait. Let me finish.
No. D, go.
Okay, because it's like I'm not doing anything until you marry me. Like,
Okay.
I'm not giving you a penny.
So let me ask you, if before he gives you that ring, what is the form of help? Because you have to help.
I came at this conclusion because I once dated a guy before who had financial problems. Stop. and I helped him out, and our producer knows this story. And I have such a big heart, and I feel like as your girlfriend, I can't watch you suffer, and I'm having a great time. So I helped him out with his rent. And he cheated on me inside the house. That's how I was paying the rent.
Wait, you were paying the rent?
I helped him twice with rent. And had the audacity to come and tell me that, oh yeah, babe, I have something to confess to you. I cheated on you.
But he was the one that told you.
It doesn't matter. In the audacity to cheat where I paid rent.
Wait, come on now. Oh. Wait, he came to tell you.
But he cheated. I paid the rent.
Wait. D. This guy came to tell you.
Yes, because his conscience was eating him up alive.
But is that not a good man?
No, that's not. But that doesn't take away from the fact that
you are just looking at.
So let me ask you. Would you say that you would not help a man anymore with your money because of what you experienced with this guy?
That is something that I've set a boundary not to do again.
Okay.
Now, if it's something like it's your birthday, gifting you, random giftings, like, oh, I went to the store, babe, I saw this shirt, it was nice, I got it for you. Sure, of course, I would do those, and also do other things as your girlfriend. But I'm and socks.
If I am to counsel you, like if I'm here to help, right, and you tell me this is why you would never do this again.
You don't have to do anything for me as well. I have no expectations of you too.
I would wish you luck, right? Yeah. Because the thing is, I must not judge you by your experience. That's your personal experience.
No, I disagree. I'm sorry.
No.
I disagree.
What I'm saying is, if you come to me today and say, hey, Ayo, I'm not going to help a man again because this is what I've been through, I would never ask you to do otherwise.
Okay.
Because you've experienced. You see, your experience is one of your best teachers.
Of course.
Right? Because the thing is, if you do it again, and then same thing
happens
the
same
again,
way.
I'm going to flog you. When I say flog, right? Because you've been through it before, you don't have to do it again.
Exactly.
Right? But I can't just lay that blanket that, hey, don't ever help a man.
I would help a man that's my husband. Perfect. I would not help a man that's a boyfriend.
Because you've been through.
So what if the husband cheats?
Aha.
But then it's just like saying, you got in a car accident, even though you use a seatbelt. But it's better to use a seatbelt, is it not? So even if the husband cheated in the marriage, there is the commitment of marriage.
Oh, God.
How many boyfriends? That's a husband. You cannot tell me that a husband is not different from a boyfriend. How many husbands will I help?
Wait, no, Miss Ayo.
I'm sorry, how many boyfriends will I help?
The reason why I said that is because she mentioned commitment.
Wait, let me I don't understand what we are saying.
It's like saying a baby mama and a wife that is the mother of your kids.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
This guy did what he did.
Okay.
He by himself
came
to tell you, oh, see what I did. Because his conscience was, pricking. He was being eaten up by his conscience. And this is because he wants to come out clean and make things right and make it work.
See what? Let me ask you a question. If you are dating a lady, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys are still dating. And then she confesses to you that she was with another guy. Would you still go ahead and marry such a girl?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd love to ask you why, but because of our time.
No. Go ahead.
So tell me why. Why would you?
So anybody who does something and doesn't wait to be caught before apologizing. You know, some people is when you catch them, that's when they want to go. But this person on their own, I didn't know anything. I didn't see any traces. The person,
of course, I did. I had my suspicion.
No,
I'm a woman. I had my suspicion.
Let's assume you don't know.
So,
and this person comes up to me and says, "Look, I want to tell you something, and this is because I love you, and I really, I slipped, and this is what happened."
Okay.
And explains the situation. I'll be hurt, fine. I'm going to feel bad. But one thing I believe in is, I believe in giving people grace.
Okay.
And believe in giving people a second chance. And also, if this person is really remorse and is ready to make things work, honestly, why not? Because at the end of the day, the person came to me. The person brought information to me. Nobody told me, or I didn't find out myself. The person brought information to me. I could probably be there. In fact, maybe we'll still be running out there and the person will be rubbing my head, calling me darling, and running their things. But the person came to me and opened up. That is a big feat.
Now, my next question is, you get married and it happens again. How would you feel?
The person does the same thing. The same person.
No.
Duh.
Yeah.
The same
in
person.
marriage now. Now you forgive because you are so gracious.
Yes,
which is good.
we get married.
And then you guys get married. And then she does the same thing.
The same thing. Now deliverance. That time now demon wait.
Because the thing
wait
is,
first, boss.
the thing is, let's face it, right? Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. But a lot of the times, it is always so tough to not do that thing again. It's like a leopard, right? It's always so tough. Now, we have some ladies out there, right? Yeah, they sincerely slipped. We have guys out there, they sincerely made that mistake. But what I would always suggest is you have to take your time to really know, like be convinced to a level that this was indeed a mistake.
I do not believe in sincere mistake when it comes to cheating. It was an informed decision. It's not possible that you sincerely slipped so much so you slipped into another person's body. How? We're adults. We know what we're doing.
So let me ask another question, follow up. I hope we'll still come back to our topic anyway.
Okay.
So, because, we only judge certain actions as being, we have this yardstick for different offenses.
Okay.
Like when you fall into sexual mistake, that is rated high. But meanwhile, the person, we don't consider lying. We don't consider other things. It's just like in church, fornication is like the highest. Adultery is up there. Then when you tell lies, God still understands.
No.
Is that not how our church is?
No, I know. Yes, I agree. I'm saying that's not the order of God, though.
No, I know that's not the order of God, but that is how we humans classify.
Yeah.
Because this is what I'm saying. You are not going to tell me that you didn't, or there's certain things you were not doing that was wrong. I'm not saying you did, but
I didn't lie to you. I didn't betray you. I didn't betray the commitment of the relationship. I even stood by you as a good girlfriend, helped you out with your rent twice, and then you proceed to cheat in the same apartment.
I still insist on
God
this.
now.
This guy go to hear this rent. He go say, man.
Well, let's be honest. He went too far.
You could have gone to do it in a hotel, not where I paid the rent. Fear the fear of God.
So it was that house that was the problem.
That's what I'm going by.
Added to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you, Mr.
But I would say, right, let your experiences, let them guide you all the time.
Okay,
right?
Can I ask you a question? Yes. You say it as though it should be a thing. Like, those are one of the qualities you should show to a man, that, I can stand by you in down times and all that stuff, My question is, how do I know? Because I'm the woman, I'm not going to propose to you. So I'm at the losing end I have the shorter end of the stick regardless. How am I going to know that it's you that will marry me? One. And then two, if I have to do that for every man that tries to talk to me, or maybe I've had 2 or 3 relationships, I don't know, which will eventually lead to marriage, don't you think I will be burned out?
Which is why
Financial crisis.
Which is why I said your experiences should guide you. Because there are certain things you do that would culminate into what I call pattern. Pattern that can suggest to me that you are wise or otherwise.
Okay.
Right? You shouldn't be with a man, help him out financially or even otherwise, because there are some helps you would render to your boyfriend, and when he leaves you, you won't feel pained.
Of course.
Right? Take for example, he asks you to help him with to pick up groceries.
Groceries, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Pick up groceries, right?
Yeah.
If he leaves you, you can't even think of those.
Yeah.
Right? But when you give a guy a substantial amount of money.
Yep.
And then he bails on you.
Like co-signing a loan.
Of course, right? You should never do that again.
But I'm supposed to prove to you that I'm wifey material.
Now, the thing is, if I'm in a relationship with you, the first thing I want to do is to know you. And when I say know you, getting to understand where you are coming from.
Okay.
Right? Now, I can even help you get over that situation. That, look, this is where you are coming from. But trust me, every man is not the same. Right? And this is who I am. And by yourself, you should look at me, study my ways,
and see if it will be a good
because the
investment.
thing is, let me tell you this. If I am not able to help you get out of that bubble, even if we eventually get married, we are going to have that issue.
Okay, so I think from what I understand, what you say, it's peculiar to individual. It's not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
It's not a blanket thing where you say, oh, I am not. It depends on who you're dealing with. When you know who you're dealing with, the person you get into relationship with, you can say, okay, maybe I can open up my finances to this person or not. Because there are people you meet, you know that this person, for example, you meet a certain woman and or a man, and the person knows how much you earn, and some of them, because they see the amount of money, they want to start spending lavishly. So you need to know who you're dealing with. Oh, this person is probably very extravagant. This person wants to spend so much money, because they see millions hitting your account and they don't know that it's for planning. We need to plan as well. So I don't know if I'm...
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Don't people in relationships always bring their best foot forward? And this is just to say that I wouldn't completely know that person. Marriage makes people comfortable.
After 3 months, the girl don't come on, we go for your house.
He would show his true color. Maybe at the point where we were in a relationship, he didn't used to drink. All of a sudden, we're married. I'm seeing bottles of alcohol. For example, I'm just
how
saying.
long are you dating someone that you are waiting until marriage you discover this?
No, but it is true that because you want to present yourself in a certain light for me.
For how many?
But
how long?
it's like you don't know. I've heard stories of people who marry somebody and after they're married, it's like the person has a whole wife and children somewhere else, and people are like, "How didn't you know?" Because you only know what people want you to know. I can't see your mind now.
I know one.
No.
And then what if I now expose my financial situation to you and you're now threatened?
Before I answer your question, I want us to take, I want us to look at what I said earlier,
Okay.
meaning trying to help, whoever you are with, whether you're, the lady, the guy. Look at this situation, right? A guy is being molested sexually.
Okay. In the past.
Previous relationships.
Okay.
The girl is being molested, sexually, right? And then you guys are coming together. You should be able to talk about it and help each other to heal before going into marriage. That's what I was trying to say.
Go to therapy.
Yeah. Because if you don't heal before getting married, the problem is just
trauma.
Why is my healing a responsibility of my spouse? Did the spouse cause me this pain?
No, it did not. It did not. But don't forget, he has to live with you for the rest of his life.
He can pay for therapy.
You have to live. Yeah, he's still helping.
Okay.
When I say help you,
it's not for him to sit you down.
That's what I understood.
There are so many forms of help.
Okay.
But the thing is, he or she has to be committed.
It needs to be addressed before
to help you.
Yeah.
So the same thing has to do with finances, right? You always want to talk about finances before you. And if you look at what has been happening here, we've talked for over 20 minutes now, right? This topic is on finances. But if you watch, right, we spent more minutes talking about other issues other than finances, even though, we eat
borderline.
Right? That tells me that what I, as a financial expert, see as the most important aspect of relationship. Because don't forget that when you go into that relationship with that man, that woman, you are fulfilling one of, what God wants us to fulfill, which is going into generations, procreation. And then when we procreate, we have to hand over wealth, right? You can't do any of those if you don't address finances. But a lot of the times, what I see is a man coming together and having financial, issues as the least on the lowest ebb of what they have to address.
So you're saying it needs to be the first.
So
if
now
not the first, amongst the very.
So this is a very great pathway or segue into the question of the day, which is, what are the craziest mistakes people make, spouses make, or couples make in financial mistakes they make in their relationships? If you can cite stories, crazy stories, it will really help us. What are the things you've seen? Because you meet people they meet you. I know I come to your offices and I see couples sit down. I come to your office and I see couples sit down and you are talking to them so what are the craziest mistakes?
Stories you've seen, yeah.
So the simplest way to answer that question is sincerity. Couples are not sincere about their finances, to each other. They want, like I said now, they don't discuss it.
Okay.
Right? You can imagine that a spouse, like a man, does not even know what the wife is doing to earn income.
Really?
It's as bad as that.
Oh, wow.
So you are supposed to know.
You are supposed to know.
That's your wife. You
that's
should
your
know.
wife. What does my husband do? My kids, I have a 12-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. I ask them all the time, what do I do? Because I just don't want to ask him, my son, one time and then believe that, since he's told me, then I need him to...
Constant reminder.
Yeah. This is what daddy does to make money. This is what mommy does to make money. The same thing for your husband. The same thing for your wife. You must know what he or she is doing to earn. That way, you can also see how you can help. Because these days, right, you get to realize that one source of income is not enough.
Of course.
You need to have multiple sources of income if you really want to build wealth.
Right.
So if you don't know what your husband is doing, how can you, suggest that, okay, with this that you're doing, can we take money from here and invest here, right? And I want to say this to anyone out there, right? A man, a woman, please, when you want to choose right. You have to be involved with a man that at least knows the economics of life, knows how to add one.
Yeah. So
plus
when
one.
I was about to, when you say the economics of life, to some people, they would want you to break it down to like the ABC, because trust me, a lot of people really don't know these things. They just know, I love a woman, I want to marry her, I want to have kids. Okay, I know I'm going to get a job, or I have a job that pays me, let's say, 5,000 every month. But how do I don't know how to go about, the economics of it.
No, when I say economics of life, I simply mean that how can someone understand what we call creation of money, to create money? We say banks create money, right? How does bank create money? They take money from you, right? And then they give to someone else. They take interest from that person, right?
You just keep the cycle going.
Yeah. A man should be able to do that. A woman should be able to do that. Should be able to add at least your sweat with some other things to create money, right? When I say economics of life, you need to be involved with a man, with a woman who can help train the kids. I saw something during COVID, right? When the kids asked to be home for homeschooling, right? For those who went ahead and married baddies with no brain, right? You married a fine boy with no brain.
Yes.
Right? And then it's time for you to
show the child,
to teach the kids homeschooling.
Yeah.
So many guys and so many men and women could not do that.
Yeah, that's why they said the kids return back to school. When they came back to school, their grades dropped drastically.
My kids' grades, their teachers, both of them, we are surprised. In fact, they did better during COVID than before COVID. Because I had in a woman a teacher that could fit in, which is what he was saying before we started, that everything starts with the family. Economics of life. You must be able to understand that before you go out there, what is it that you have that someone out there would see and be like, yeah, we can pay you for this?
Yes.
You are a chef, for example. You are not waiting for one man to come and be married to you before you start thinking of what to do to make money.
Of course.
Right? If you are married today now, one of the things I pray you get in a man is someone that has interest in that part of you. Right? Well, because when we talk about financial mistakes, it's not a straight jacketed, it's these things we're talking about. Is he interested in your future? See, I'll give you a story, right? Back in Nigeria, I had to sometimes go do ushering jobs in big hotels, though, like the Hiltons, because I love hospitality. So for my kind of side hustles, I needed to go do something that when I'm doing, even though it's below my, my standard,
Great.
I love to do it. I love to see people feel good. I was just talking to someone today that one of the things I want to do is to someday own residences that people can come in for short term, right? And go back and be like, you need to experience what I just experienced. That's me. And surprisingly, my wife is interested in that to the extent that when she sees, I just said it to her, right? But when she sees something that looks like that, she would either send it to me on Instagram. Oh, was this what you? So life, economics of relationship, sincerity, interest, pulling resources together. That's another thing I often don't see. We have this thing, your money is our money, my money is our money.
Is my money. It's
right?
the biggest
I'm sorry,
lie.
Madam D, your gender has to do away with that mentality if you want to succeed.
So you mean like the financial responsibility is not on the man?
It is 100%.
Like I just want to be a baby girl.
Yeah, I get it, D. 100%. Right? It should be on the man. 100%.
You see, that spirit don't they come out?
Yeah. But, okay. I know my wife wouldn't like to, but honey, I have to say this, right?
Okay.
I needed to invest some time ago, and I needed extra funding. He went into an investment, gave me the money. I executed,
The project.
When she told me where she got the money, I was so mad. I was so mad that I forgot that I can take from the profit and give to her to go and put back. Because I am one person who don't believe in touching your investment.
Yeah.
Your investment is for the future, right? Mm-hmm. But then, that is what she did. At that point, she didn't see that investment as something for her future. She saw it as something that I need for the present.
It can be multiplied though, so.
So what I did, right, was to say, hey, if this money was still there for this period of time, how much would it be right now? Yeah. I couldn't, of course, give her everything, exactly. But I made sure that I gave her more than what she gave to go put back into where, she got the money from. So what I'm just saying is a woman, should have that interest so much to influence your will to help. Because don't forget, you are there to help.
Yeah.
Right? So, back to you. I mentioned, a few, right? The other thing that I see that, couples are not doing these days is seeing the future, right? And believing that they have to invest in it. Because if you don't, invest in your future, right? You are going to get there. When you get there, what are you meeting, right? I see where couples would be jointly stupid. I'm so sorry to use the word.
Oh boy. Have you ever heard of being jointly stupid?
Yeah. To think in the same direction when it comes to
the deep collect onto the deep now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
don't think couples will be too okay with this episode.
Yeah. So when one is not thinking right, because it happens sometimes that you don't think right as a part of the relationship, the other should be able to say no.
Yeah.
So in a case where one of let's say the couple, one of them wants to invest in a project, and the other doesn't see the need to invest in that project, and maybe the person, let's say Bitcoin. Let's use Bitcoin because, Bitcoin is something a lot of people.
Controversial.
Very controversial. And the other person is a bit skeptical because, of course, you know how Bitcoin is. Do you think, so one is very optimistic that it's going to go through, they are going to make money. And the other one is like, let's play safe. Let's not touch the money. How would you advise those kind of couple?
Yeah, first, in that situation, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. So let's assume that you have $1 million, and then you as the husband is saying, hey, we have to take this risk. Any investment is a risk, right? You have to consider your wife to be like, I understand that you don't want me to do this, but trust me, this is a good deal. But tell me, how much are you comfortable with investing?
So much so that if we lost it, it won't break this marriage.
You have to give her a room in that decision. You have to consider our fears, our concerns. When if she goes like, you know what, you believe my husband, let's put in everything.
You should be worried.
I
would be worried.
It's like, the reason why I'm saying this is, this happened to, oh God, are they going to see this episode? Hopefully they don't show it to. This happened to someone I know. He's a man of God. He was working in a very good organization. I don't want to mention the name. And he was being paid in dollars back in Nigeria. And he had all these privileges of even traveling out of the country. But he was, he's a pastor. He doesn't like, or he was like, let me just do my job. Then he resigned from the job. I'm talking, it's an international job.
Wow.
He resigned because he wanted to go into full-time ministry. Of course, they'll pay him, what do you call it, gratuity, right? Was a huge sum of money. Now, he takes this money and puts it in a business, and everything went down the drain. Now, as the wife, how would you advise the wife, to behave in that situation?
Well, it has happened.
Sir?
No, at that point, it has happened. Right?
Our life savings? I'm leaving.
Are you leaving? Where are you going?
You see what I said in that beginning about that? Because you can't, you can't keep jumping out.
The man made a big
and so did the woman.
What
was she doing while he was taking it?
Did the wife know about the money?
Yes.
That he was putting. He was
putting 100% of the money.
Yeah.
So they should both.
Perhaps she's not. God forgive me. Maybe she's not literate. I don't know.
They should both dance to the music.
So she has to stay. I thought it was a situation whereby I warned you not to do it, and then you went and did it.
Because to be honest,
would be a problem.
Which is what I'm trying to say. Please, if you are going to choose, because marriage is about choosing. Choose right. See, I believe in this philosophy that whatever money you give to a woman as a man is a susu. Sorry, whatever money you get from your wife, right? In terms of helping you is a susu. We call it cooperative in Nigeria.
Yes. That means you are going to give back.
You see, if you are getting money from your wife, have that mentality that you have to give it.
It's not yours. I'm just borrowing you.
She's a bank in that situation, borrowing you.
Might add interest too.
So give her the money, right? And if possible, with interest. Now, the interest can come this way, which is, I told you last week. You know, I would always tell you based on my own experience.
What kind? I will put the interest myself.
No.
What do you mean kind?
That
kind cannot work.
Let's tell you the kind. Yes, let's tell you the kind. Right?
Okay.
Now, let's assume now you gave me $500,000.
Okay.
Close the deal. And then I close the deal, right? And then made good money. I'll give you the $500,000 back, right?
Okay.
Yes.
And then we go to Monaco. Hold on, right? We go to Monaco.
See, you're smelling now.
Okay.
We now go to Monaco, right? And then I take you shopping.
Okay,
Right?
I can work with that.
You get?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ah.
I thought it was kind of, let me massage your leg.
No.
That's what I was like, which kind?
Don't forget, in Monaco, we go.
We go Monarch. Indigo.
So
I agree with this type
but
of
honestly, as a man, I don't believe on all this nonsense, strong man, strong woman. As a man, as a good man, if your woman gives you money, always know you have
returning.
to give it back with a plus. The plus can come in whatever way you know your woman
Would
likes
like
to
it.
be treated. You always have to give her back, right? Yeah, I don't believe in your money is our money, my money
Is my money.
right? In fact, we made a decision 4 years ago that when it comes to certain investment for the kids, take care of it, my woman. Right? My wife has this account she opened for the kids. If you don't know this, you need to get what we call the green light card. It's like a credit card for kids.
Okay.
She opened it.
Which is it? A bank? Which any bank specific?
No. So the card is a company. They are called green light cards.
Yudi, please
Right?
take note of.
It is like a credit cards, but for children. Now you can make
Does
them.
it build their credit score?
Yeah, so
that's
Wow.
Yeah, so we are building credit
Ah, bros,
scores.
you are just telling me this thing now.
No,
On podcast.
No vex. But the advert is coming, to be honest. Because one of the things we want to do as a company, FinServe Pro, is to go to Greenlight and see how we can bring the product to our community. Because
we don't know
when I looked at their social media feeds, it's all white, you know. So and then of course maybe some African American. So we want to bring them to the African community, you know, the immigrant community, so that people can get to know.
But you see, let's talk about finances and our community, because I think that's a subject matter we need to talk about. I came to the understanding that a lot of Africans that came from Nigeria, South Africa, wherever that you came from, and came into the United States, there was already a system in the United States. So in the place of lack of information, we sometimes get trapped in that system, and then it's always so hard to recover. And we enter the system where these are people that talk about the future, like you said, building credits for their children, life insurances. The moment you say, let's use life insurance as an example, when you mention life insurance beside an African, they immediately think you're trying to say, do you want me to die?
They're dying tomorrow.
How do you now
Get them
imagine
out of
if
that
you married somebody that is of that mentality in every other aspect of their life? They're good. But you see, when it comes to that finances, the knowledge that they need to have, that they are forceful about every other thing in their life, but I don't think people are as forceful when it comes to finances. They just think, I have a job and that's about that. You can have a 6-figure job and still be living as a pauper. No savings in your name, nothing. Like you're still trapped with a 300 credit score and da-da-da-da-da. Is that enough to write somebody off and say, I'm not?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, what I, recommend in that situation is for you to take your spouse. You are an American citizen, right? You are married to a Nigerian that just got to the US. You're a man. They say you go back home to go and bring a wife, because the ones that are here, they are right. You're a woman. Your parents are saying, look, you need to go back home and bring a guy, right? And then you say yeah, and then the guy is here. What happens a lot of the times is that these individuals that we are just introducing into the American system, they are coming from a certain culture. Mark my word, culture. The greatest thing to break loose from anyone, to break someone loose from
culture. Yeah.
Now,
definitely.
What I recommend in that situation is to take such individual to places that can expose them, to what is obtainable here. Because see, if you bring that man from Nigeria, you bring that woman from Nigeria, and you keep them within the Nigerian community here, they are just like living in Nigeria inside.
Part 2.
You understand, right?
Yeah, of course.
But when you have events, maybe you have, friends that are white, for example. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I went hiking with some white dudes, right? I did not see a single Nigerian.
Because that's not something.
That's all, Ross, we've hiked all our life in Nigeria now.
Yeah.
We did hike.
Did you ever hike in Olumoro?
Right? So, it's not. I'm just using hiking for an example, You, for example, now.
Yeah.
I love some of the things you do. When you have events, right, that you have to, MC at, events where, the celebrants are maybe from African American, for example, maybe they are white. You take your wife. Right? Because the thing is, when you expose that spouse to a different setting, trust me, by the time they get back home, they may not recover. The same way, do you know how many people are going crazy right now just seeing Mr. Easy and Otelola's wedding? Many cannot even think you can have such a wedding. And they have the money. They have the money, but they don't know such a setting exists.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not, just like you said, you could be making 6 figures and not understanding the principle
for the money,
of investment and savings.
I want to agree with what Mr. Ayo said about exposing people, which is one thing. What we're going to, I think that's going to be my last question to you. But I want to pick just buttress on that point, because something yesterday, a man this lady reached out to me. They are very rich millionaires, and they are Nigerians. She reached out to me like, oh, see why I want to go, I just want to take my boat out. You want to come with us? We just some friends, I'm like, sure. I'm like, can I come with my wife? I was like, oh, bring her along. And we went at the wharf there, DC. We got on these 3-decker boats. I didn't know Nigerians could own boats in DC. And I got on the boat. And people started coming, like talking of some kind of human beings that you're like, this is money. But they don't dress it, but
you would know.
You would know that this
quality.
This is quality coming in.
Yeah.
And we just coasted, we sailed the coast. We're just going up and down, gisting, and then when we came back.
Networking.
Exactly. And when we came back, I asked my wife, what did you notice in that setting? Yeah. She said, nobody was trying to impress anybody there. He said, secondly, nobody wore Gucci there. Not. It was just everybody was very.
Exposure.
Yeah, I don't think we're ready for that conversation in the African community. So let's move on. Yeah.
So I
Well,
mean, and
even though we are not ready to have that conversation, if you are watching this episode, please try as much as possible to excuse yourself from that conversation, from that mentality, from that culture, right? Because the thing is, you are now in America, and they say when you are in Rome, you behave like this. Is not a country where you buy land with your money, you build, no, you need credit to get that mortgage. For you to get that credit, you have to build it, right? This is a country where you need in Nigeria. In one of your jokes, you said in Nigeria, insurance is somebody hits your car, you slap it,
that's the insurance.
That's the insurance. You say you can't do that here. Just a week ago, a lady hit. I mean, if we go out now, I drove down in a different car because we got a rental. Right.
Wow.
The moment the lady hit my wife from behind, she came down. They exchanged insurance, information immediately. Right. So you have to insure yourself. This is not a country where you come, you make money, and then you will not pay taxes. You will go to jail. Yeah, you will go to jail.
A lot of them are in jail.
So we don't want to have that conversation, but not until we do. Accept, right? Work on it.
Yeah.
You will just be a Nigerian living in America.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
We
Free
get
talk.
credit cards to buy Fendi bags, to post on Instagram to oppress people that are in Nigeria.
Can you imagine that?
It was so
It's
that yesterday humbled me so much. It humbled me because these are men. This man I'm talking about is the second biggest black person to get a government contract. I'm telling you. And the people that one of them owns, one of the men that came there, he's one of the owners of one of the big event centers here, and the other one is an oil mogul in Nigeria. So, and these guys, they just came. They talked, and there was this. That's why I knew that, it's the middle class that actually has a problem.
Did you see that wedding? Did you see how Femi was talking?
It was.
Did you see how Dangote was talking?
Did you see what they were wearing?
Did you see what they were wearing?
It is simplicity.
Simplicity is expensive.
My father told me that a man's wealth is not in his physical wallet, nor is it in what he's wearing, in his outward appearance. And I've come to understand that is true. Like, people that have, like, you will meet people of different races, and these are guys that are in the finance world. Like, when you hear, oh, I want a man in finance, that we girls say, we're talking about guys that are dealing with people that are helping them to invest their money, that are dealing with, like, top shots. They wear shorts and a white shirt, and slippers.
The story you heard about the video show, right? When we were leaving, Jide was saying, is this how you're going to Davido? I said, yeah. We are going for a concert. We are going to listen
to music
and have fun.
Why do I have to deck up and...
I think it's a curse.
But then when I got there, with the same way that I was dressed, they told you what I did, right?
Yeah.
It's not about what you wearing.
It's so bad that even
don't dress anyhow.
Well,
don't dress anyhow.
Yeah.
Be clean.
But don't break your bank. Don't tear your pockets.
I said it on the last podcast. A lot of us were already wearing our vacation.
Vacation is okay. We're wearing our tuition. We're wearing our tuition just to impress the next person. Yeah. It's so bad that some girls have the mentality that as a man.
There's something that I want to say, but I will say it off here, right? Just remind me, guys.
Okay.
Remind me.
I'll remind you. Because we are, I think, almost out of time, if not out of time. But I want you to say something about on this. Do you think that before any couple or people go into relationship or in relationship heading towards marriage, do you think they should take financial classes?
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to ask that.
It's very important if you could go to your church. In fact, I would suggest to churches to embed in the counseling.
It should be a part of it.
Yeah, just be part of the get a financial expert. The counseling should be done in phases. Morals, cleanliness,
yes,
children.
Oh, God.
That one.
God.
I agree.
Someone came to our house 2 years ago, and as he was coming, he's like, food. And the wife said, they offered you food in this place, this three. They offered you food here, you said no. They offered you food in this home, you said no. They offered you food. We got here now, you are just saying food. Said the way, I don't want to. He said, would you have eaten
those places were coming from?
Ooh.
It's true.
Hygiene.
It's true.
Next to godliness. He knows me. I wash dishes nothing less than 3-4 times
every day. Like every time I go, as you are eating like this, you are washing.
Yeah.
He doesn't stay.
I have to show the kids.
I think people with bad
finances
character they're dirty. That's why they have bad character. That's my
so the churches should they should break it down. They shouldn't just focus on religion,
which is to piggyback on what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
For example,
I agree.
I agree. Churches should learn to, embed life scenarios. What is happening now, even politics, if you can, because one of the things we also are doing that is wrong as immigrants is not being interested. This is politics. Outside of what we do. Is not being interested in the politics.
No, but it affects our finances
on
as
these countries.
We're not informed.
That is
policies
us.
Now. Policies.
Yeah. The thing is, you must be interested. We have some people in this country, I don't want to mention their names, right? If anything is happening in their country, they get US to be involved in their country immediately, because most of them runs the country. We don't want to mention their names.
Of course.
Right. But you get what I'm saying. So as a people, we should have interest and invest in the politics of our host countries so that they can, enact policies to favor us.
I don't
guys
know about that.
So
we'll have to see.
Anyway, which I think this is quite a very comprehensive, podcast that gives a lot of information. I think we've talked about from even relationship, who you should settle down with when it comes to your finances and how you should handle your finances and going into marriage. And like the last question, we've talked about us being able to, or people taking some classes.
Be informed.
And even I think you would also recommend couples to take financial classes.
Financial knowledge is a continuum. It never ends, because the thing is, your status would always be better. So you always want to stay abreast of your status, to know what you need. And that takes continued education.
Can I add this before CY closes out for us? I also think that it is nice to say all these things and point all these things that are the problems and all that stuff. But I think the primary thing that people need to do, especially for singles or even if you're already married, is to be open to knowledge. People are very, very stuck up. You're bringing the mentality that you had in Nigeria, and you're refusing to get the knowledge of the country that you're in. People know that, this is why, for example, what's the name of this guy? This is why Mohbad died, but don't know the new policies that has been established for taxes here in America.
Exactly.
And they would be on WhatsApp arguing about
They
who
will
killed
be on
Mohbad.
Tunde head not.
You know what I mean?
Mufasa.
No, Gaddafi now.
That is in fact, my party now have Putin head not.
It's ridiculous. Like, read books, get knowledge, listen to podcasts, follow financial advisors, go to the bank. I've worked in the bank. I was in that industry for like 5 years, and the bank offers free financial services. Come to the bank and tell them, I have credit issues. How do I fix this? I was one of the financial advisors that will sit people down, especially for my community. When I see an African, I immediately want to talk to them about these things. And I'm like, settle down. Let me tell you, don't get a credit card and go and be shopping and be booking flights just to prove that you're living large on borrowed money. So these are things that I think, these are the foundations. The moment we're able to come out of these things, like we're able to keep an open mind. I cannot marry a man that is stuck up in his ways and is thinking, I'm a traditional man, this is how we do things. No, you have to be open to knowledge. The moment you stop learning, you start dying. And that's just what it is.
Now,
Preach,
see why
Lady D.
Before one of the questions you ask is, how can we make this change? Yeah. As a community, the most productive way to make this change is through the children we are raising.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Please.
Yes.
Right? I see people buying Givenchy for a 5-year. If you start showing your children these things, right? They would. Did we see? I don't think we should talk about this. The 19-year-old girl that was kidnapped and killed.
Yeah.
We should not, right? But hey, whatever you show your children, right, they would want to live that life.
They run with it.
Right? So the best way to start changing our culture, to push out the one, is through the children that we are raising here. And good enough, these kids are doing so well in school.
Yeah.
Like, we hear of so many counties in the country, all across the country, saying that the children raised in Nigerian homes. I had a teacher come meet me asking, what am I giving my son? What am I giving my daughter? Because, and it's like that for most Nigerian children.
I agree.
Right? So let's start showing them the way to live. Contentment.
Yes.
Right? Not living too large. It is the best form of, changing.
Yes, change.
This culture that we're talking about. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That was a good point to drop and leave it there. Let it marinate. Let it, serenade, and let it, penetrate.
Penetrate.
That
penetration part. We have a please.
No problem.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay, I'll change it to infiltrate.
That one is better.
Thank you.
Okay, so our people out there, our free people. I think we should call our people our free people, because we talk, they are free. You have heard it from the master himself. Please feel free to follow him. You can talk to him, DM him. He's going to give you advice on how to run your finances and a lot of other things, even insurance. He's into insurance, loan.
Yes. So we do accounting for businesses. We offer tax services for individuals and businesses. If you need a loan to run that business, or you want to buy a home, you need that mortgage for your residential, your investment property, we can help you. And yes,
anything finance.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Insurance.
So please feel free to reach out to Mr. Ayomide Ibrahim on their social media platform, FinSet Pro. Check them out on social media. And also, please follow this podcast. Share it. Look at this. We are not here talking about who is wearing the best this thing. We are not talking about anything. We are giving good information that will help your life and change your destiny forever. So follow us on also social media platforms, share it, like it,
add your comments.
Add
We
your
want to see what
comments.
you guys think too.
Yes, if you disagree, please, we are open to disagreements. We are open to hear your opinion, and then we discuss that. And also, we have a very sweet announcement. We have a new podcast host, but he's a baby this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new baby in the house. Our wonderful sister, Creamy.
Yeah.
One of my, as a matter of fact, the queen bee herself. She was, of course, she was heavy, and she finally put to birth a very beautiful, handsome baby boy.
Hallelujah.
2 weeks ago, yes. So she's, taking her maternal leave. So you'll be seeing her probably when she comes back. You'll be hearing baby cry in the background. We're just preparing your mind, though, so that when you hear the baby cry in the background, you won't say, "Hey, what is all this?"
It is a sign of we being productive.
Exactly, we are being productive.
Yeah.
So please, let's congratulate our wonderful sister Creamy once again. Thank you very much, and we know that she's going to be back very soon. Thank you, people. Please watch this topic, this particular podcast, this particular episode. Watch it over and over and over. Listen to it, because even myself, I'm going to watch this because there are some things I probably missed out. He was saying that I need to go back. Most of you said that green. Something.
Green light card.
Okay, yes. I thought it's green card.
No.
That's the only one.
It's a green card to their future.
You understand?
Yeah.
So please watch this episode. I want to say thank you very much. And for those of you that came for my show, the viewers that came for my show, thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys. And our producer, thank you. It's about time to leave. So you have final words? Final words, just one or two.
I'll just say thank you for having me. Free Talk. It's always nice to be here, and I'm always available.
Yes, sir.
Anytime you guys call on me, I'm always available.
Thank you very much.
Like I said the first time, whatever we say here is not to judge you.
Yes, sir.
It is free because it is free talk.
Mm-hmm.
You are free to use and
Information.
dump. Use the one that you think is
Will
good
help
for
you.
you. Dump the one you feel is
Thank you.
less use. And I'll see you again. And to Lady D, like I said, she's a chef. I can't wait to have that.
Please, I have a 9 to 5
noodles.
job.
Yeah,
She's a chef. She's a chef.
Yeah, because see,
But
listen,
that's the one that is going to
No, of
please.
course.
See, we are hoping that someday we'll have a walkthrough to the
A
White
restaurant.
House. Imagine if they invite Nigerians to White House and you are there too. How would it feel?
Give them a little.
Small spice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you. Any final words? Just 2 lines.
Well, I just want to tell you guys and let you guys know you'll be seeing me often.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No.
Period.
Period. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, see you next episode.
Bye.
Peace out.